In terms of road safety, we're now looking at something called intelligent speed adaptation. So what this does, the vehicle always knows where it is with GPS. So maybe as the bus is driving along past the college here, when you guys are all coming in, we can limit the vehicle speed.
And I think by having an event like today with Blackpool Transport and ADL really does bring the learning to life, and we're looking forward to future opportunities.
So I'm Lucy Churchill and I'm 18 years old.
Deanna Amelia, 18.
Adam Deering, 17 years old.
Georgiana Wells, 18.
I'm Charlotte Johnson, I'm 18.
Adam Connell, 17.
I'm Amelia Wilkinson, I'm 18.
My name is Daniel Dobransky. I am a travel and tourism teacher at Blackpool Sixth College. We run a BTEC Level 3 programme where we try and equip students with the knowledge, skills and understanding of the local, national and international industry.
What we'd like to do is we'll go down and we'll have a little ride out on the vehicle. And whilst we're doing that, I'd like you to take some time just to write down what you like about the bus, what prevents you from using the bus today, what other forms of transport do you use and why do you use that other form of transport, your experience of bus travel, the good and the bad aspects, and then if you have some ideas, some great ideas for making the bus journey more attractive, and would it make you change from whatever transport you're using today to ride on vehicles if they were all like the one outside.
Well, I passed my test last year, so I drive now.
Well, I get the bus every day.
But before then, it was always relying on my mum or dad or my sisters.
I like travelling by bus. I probably wouldn't use any other form of transport.
Well, I've been getting buses since primary school, really.
But I drive now, so I don't use the bus anymore.
Once I couldn't get home because everyone was busy, I actually chose to walk instead of getting the bus.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
Yeah, I'm on a bus every day.
Yeah, I like to use public transport as long as it's clean.
Today's been an unbelievable day. Today's been an invaluable day for both staff, the college and the students really. It's opening the students' eyes to another local employer, Blackpool Transport. It's opened the students' eyes to a major player worldwide in Alexander Dennis, ADL. Also to give them an insight into how passenger transport in the future might look in the local area. Having a ride on the bus was absolutely fantastic. The student feedback was great.
I think the buses can sometimes be really unreliable.
Sometimes the bus really smells.
Sometimes it's overcrowding, so you can't get a seat if it puts you off.
Like there's always like rubbish everywhere, and like they do smell a bit as well sometimes.
I think I was put off with the old ones because of the smell and the mess.
Well, you get that on a lot of old buses.
Smell, really.
It's just the only way of fixing it is bringing in more new buses.
Having a cleaner bus makes it more like wanting to use it.
I'd rather it smell nice and clean and fresh.
Like sometimes there's loads of litter on the floor or like the spillages on the seats and it's just left there really.
On the older buses, the seats were all used very well.
Say if there's only one seat available for you and there's something on that seat, you don't want to sit there.
The environment on it is dirty, there's mess around as well.
So I'd rather get on a bus that's clean.
The amount of people that get on the bus.
Sometimes it can be really overcrowded and I'd rather not be like stood with people like shoulder to shoulder.
School children on there might be being naughty, playing up.
Because like my granddad used to use the bus, and to me that I don't like the thought of him going on the bus if there's children like that just don't respect their elders and stuff.
It gets a bit full, you might not get a seat, so you'd have to stand up.
Because if the bus is full, they'll just drive past you, and there's no warning it's going to be like that.
Because they are sometimes late or sometimes early.
They don't always arrive on time.
Because obviously you have to like depend on the buses to be on time to get to places like college or work.
The bus drivers don't tend to stop.
Sometimes when you press the bell, they either don't hear it or don't care and they carry on driving.
Like you've got to start walking towards the door before it has actually stopped, otherwise they'll just drive off, and then that's how accidents happen.
It says on the bus to stay seated until it actually stops, but if you do that it'll pull off and carry on driving to the next stop anyway.
They need to communicate more with passengers.
It's very rare
that I will get a really welcoming driver. I've had probably about 2 or 3 in the whole time I've ever got.
You'll get on the bus and they'll just won't acknowledge you. You'll hold your pass up and they just won't even look at you or look at the pass either.
They kind of just nod, don't say anything, and you say thank you when you get off. They're just like,
You'll say thank you like for my bus ride and get off, and they'll just like sort of ignore the fact that you've said anything. They won't acknowledge that you're there.
it's not the kind of person you really want to start your morning to when you get on a bus and you see someone like that. You've woken up at like 6 o'clock, you get on a bus and the bus driver's like...
Be better if like, you know, like customer service was improved.
Because I pay a lot of money for the bus passes, so you want the drivers to be nice.
I think the students have got a huge amount from it. Our students that are actually leaving this year again, I've had feedback from them already today about opportunities within Blackpool in Blackpool Transport, so it's been hugely invaluable.
I actually really enjoyed it because I've not been on a bus for so long and it was a new experience for me.
Very modern, a brand new bus. It had your leather seating, you got your Wi-Fi on it.
It was actually quite nice, it was airy, it was spacious.
It just makes it a lot more enjoyable. It's a nicer atmosphere rather than it being all dark. And
overall, I kind of enjoyed it really. It gave me a feel of what the new buses are like.
The seats were comfy.
So it gives a good image for the town when driving around.
I really enjoyed it. It was something quite different to any of the buses I've been on before. It was really comfortable. I really liked the way the seating was laid out. Easy to sit together with my friends. We can have a talk whilst we're waiting to get off our next stop.
I'm really excited for the future about how these buses are going to turn out.
I like the new Palladium ones. I like the grey and the yellow. Visually pleasing.
I liked the idea that on the newer buses they have bins.
Yeah, it would be good to see litter bins on buses.
People would, by the time they got to the seat, are already starting to rip up the ticket.
so if there were bins, at least then they would have somewhere to put it and it would probably reduce the amount of litter on it.
There's been the times when I've got on the bus and the seat's been wet of like Coke or beer or something.
I'd pick up whatever rubbish was on the seat, throw it in the bin and then sit down.
The fact that the seats are leather as well means it's easy to clean.
I like the new one because it smells new, which obviously it would do. It looks really new. I like the colours about it.
New flooring on it, new seats, all the walls are all done nice as well.
USB ports to charge your phones.
I think that's really helpful because my phone's always running out of charge.
I like the USB ports because my phone dies a lot because it's rubbish.
I think the USB charging is really good because I know we have that on the Palladiums now, but like sometimes you have to put it over people's like knees and that. And so it's really good to have it like in front of you.
We've got Wi-Fi, which we didn't have before, or if we did, it didn't work properly.
The Wi-Fi is good as well because you can check other bus timetables at the same time.
It's got loads of like leg room. Like on the buses I usually get, you can't stretch your legs.
I like the comfy seats, I like the tables at the back of the seats and the stop buttons on the back of that demonstration bus.
I like group seating, even though it's not always guaranteed. I do like it because it means I can like look at my friends when I'm speaking to them instead of having to turn.
And then especially upstairs as well, you've got like the open roof. It'd be a good idea to have more bins on buses, like they do on trains. They have like little ones between seats.
I think CCTV would be good because it'd be good for the driver to see if people are coming down the stairs or if people are on the way, because obviously sometimes they can't hear the bell.
Air fresheners. Yeah. It's just the older buses, because I used to catch the older buses. I've never been on the newer ones until now, and they all used to smell.
The free Wi-Fi is good. It could be a bit better if they extended the free Wi-Fi a bit, gave it a bit longer to use it.
Maybe not so much glass on the upstairs, on the ceiling, or could have it maybe tinted so the sun's not coming through.
On the backs of the seats, like holders for like phones or iPads maybe, so you can put them in, and then if you want to watch, if you're on the bus for a long time, you can watch them.
I think entertainment would be quite interesting on buses, so having sort of music or radio or anything on something on the bus, even if it's just quiet, so it doesn't interrupt or disturb anyone.
And maybe more chances to open windows on there as well.
Maybe have like a stop button like on the table or something, so you're not having to rush around when you realise it's your stop trying to find one.
So if a bus was late, I'd like to have, say, the app to see where the bus is, just so I can plan my journey before I set off.
Using an app, you could be checking before you even setting off to know where the bus is, how long it's going to take.
The app, I think, would be a really good idea.
I think the reaction was very positive, mixed and positive. We had some students who, by the very nature of their age of 16 to 18, 17, 18, are very happy now to have their own form of transport with a car, but there are a huge amount of students who still use public transport. They've seen the future, they've seen opportunities that can happen, they've seen the way the bus can be designed. I think today's experience upstairs with the tables at the back, also with the USB ports and the bins and the LED lighting really does sort of bring the future of transport in Blackpool to the fore.